Hello, welcome to Thursday Night Bhakti. Finally, I'm back from India and back from a little bit of a crunchiness in my low back after returning from India, and feeling really excited to be with you again tonight to share a little 30-minute pause in our busy day to sink into a little devotional mantra, to sink into a little bhakti. So tonight we're going to chant the Sanskrit alphabet together. I'm going to accompany us by playing my Tanpura, and it serves as a beautiful drone in the background of our vocal utterances. So I want to tell you just a little bit about the Sanskrit alphabet and why it's so very special to chant. So the alphabet is, each one of the letters of the alphabet, the Sanskrit alphabet, is a bij mantra, a seed mantra in itself. So you could choose any one of the letters of the alphabet, many letters of the alphabet, and use any one of the letters as a devotional practice, because the sound vibration is actually the form when we chant in this language. So the meaning of each one of the letters is something that we are vibrating with when we chant the alphabet, or any letter of the alphabet, any one of the letters of the alphabet. So we're going to do something a little different tonight. I got this idea from Gabriella Bernal, who's one of my very, very favorite songstresses, who speaks beautiful Sanskrit and chants in lovely Sanskrit. And she did this offering of chanting the Sanskrit alphabet backwards, from the bottom of the alphabet back to the front, the top of the alphabet. And so in doing this, we're moving from the utterances of the manifest universe and moving up this consciousness scale to get to the first letter of the alphabet, which is the utterance, the bij mantra, for pure consciousness, pure ecstasy, bliss. So we'll move through the consonants, which are very physical. They manifest in a very physical way. So we're uttering things like the elements: water, earth, fire, air, ether. We're uttering things like all of our senses, our sense of smell and taste and sight and touch and sound, and so much more. I don't want to get really into a lot of the explanation of the translation of each of the bij mantras. What I'd rather do is to move through this and help you with a little pronunciation, and then we'll just sink in and chant it together. So again, we're going from the bottom of the alphabet to the expansive top of the alphabet. So starting at the bottom, the letter that we, or the mantra, the bij, the letter that we start with here is ha. Oh, and by the way, when we get into all of the consonants and all of these consonant sounds, we're going to couple that with a vowel sound of ah, ah, ah. So I will teach you the sound of the letter, and then we'll chant it with the ah sound so that you get the feel for what we're going to do when we begin to chant together. So the first letter is ha, 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 ha. With the ah, it's ha. The second is s, s, and this is sa. The next letter is sh, sh. So to make this sound, we're going to put our tongue at the back of the front teeth and then slide it back. You'll feel a little speed bump of tissue. Behind that speed bump is a little indentation. That's where we place the tongue for the third letter that we're chanting. So we'll chant sh. And the last of those sibilants is sha, 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 sha. And then the next letter is la. It looks like a V, but to pronounce this properly, we soften it. So we're going to put our upper teeth on the back, moist part of our inner bottom lip, so that rather than va, it's la, la, very soft, la, la. And we'll chant that with the ah, so it becomes va, va, va. Yes. And the next letter, we put the tongue at the back of the front teeth and chant la, la. You can pull that tongue away, la. So we'll chant la, la, la. And the next letter, we find that place on the roof of our mouth again and touch the tongue there and then draw it down for ra, 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 ra. The next letter is ya, ya, ya. And then we get into the consonants and we're chanting them backwards. So the first sound that we'll make is ma, ma, ma. The next, that looks like a BH, is actually one letter in the Sanskrit alphabet, and it's pronounced like this, ba, ba, with an aspirated sound. That H-looking letter makes an aspirated sound here. So that is ba, ba. And the next letter is ba, ba, ba. And the next, we have that aspirated sound again. So we chant ba, ba, ba. And then the next letter is ba, ba, without the aspiration. Ba, ba. Good. The next line is, we're going to put the tongue on the back of the front teeth, and it's going to say na, na, na. And the next is da, 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 because we have that aspiration. The next letter, da, da, da. And the next letter, da, da, da. And the next letter, da, da, da. Then we go to the next line, and for all of this line, we're going to put our tongue in that place that I showed you in the roof of your mouth. So the first letter sounds like this, na, 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 na. The next letter, da. We have that aspiration. So it's tricky because we're going to have to make that tongue placement and do our aspiration. Da, 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 da. next letter is without the aspiration. Da, 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 da. And the next letter with the aspiration. Da, 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 da. And the next letter without the aspiration. Nya, nya. And the next letter is ja, 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 ja. And the next letter, ja, ja, ja. And the next letter, cha, cha, cha. And the next letter, cha, cha, cha. The very last line, nya, in the consonants, nya, nya. Ga, ga. We have the aspiration again. Ga, 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 and ka, ka, ka. The next letter is what's called a visarga. And the visarga is an aspirated sound. It is, it's a sound of pouring forth. It's a sound of emitting. And it goes like this. Ah, 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 ah. And the next letter is called an anusvara. The anusvara is a sound of reabsorption. We put the whole tongue on the roof of our mouth for this letter, and it goes like this. Mm, 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 mm. So you feel that vibratory quality on the roof of your mouth and into your whole head. And the next letter is a combined letter. It looks like an A and a U, and it sounds like this. Ow, ow, ow. The next letter looks like an O, and it sounds like an O. O, O, O. The next letter looks like an A-I, and it sounds like this. I. And the next letter looks like an E, but it sounds like this. Eh, eh, eh. And finally, we get to the purity of the vowels. And the next vowel sounds like this. We put the tongue on the back of the front teeth and we hold it there for oh. Do that with me. Oh, oh. And then right beside that, the letter looks very much the same, but there's no line over the top, so that means we don't hold it quite as long. So it's the same sound, but it's held very shortly. The first one was oh, the second one is oh. And then the next letter, we're going to engage the roof of the mouth again, the tongue on the roof of the mouth, for a long sound and then a short sound. And Good. The next is again a long and a short ooh. So this sounds like ooh, 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 ooh. next is E. E, 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 E. And then finally, the ah sounds. Ah, 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 ah. So that takes us through the whole alphabet from the bottom to the top, from manifest consciousness up to pure consciousness, pure bliss consciousness, pure ecstasy. So now we'll chant it together. So you can find the tone of your own voice in whatever feels good for you. thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for chanting this beautiful alphabet with me. And I will see you next Thursday. And next Thursday, I'll have a guest. Christy Schmer will be with me, and we'll chant together. Nighty night. So it says nighty night, everybody. We love you.